Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to another lesson with Mr. Fieck. Today we're going to be talking about modeling multiplication and division, part 1. And yes, that means there will be a part 2 coming probably tomorrow. The main idea for today is that you can apply the various strategies taught this year to solve multi-digit multiplication and division problems. Specifically today, we're going to talk about multiplication. And we're going to go through two problems. And the first problem, I'm going to share the area model method. And the second problem, I'm going to share how to solve it using a ratio table. So let's jump right in and look at the first problem. So the first problem says, Keisha's dad got 25 cases of water for the soccer tournament next week. Each case contains 24 bottles of water. How many bottles of water did he get in all? So the first thing I'm going to ask myself is, what is the big question we're trying to solve in this problem? Well, it's how many bottles of water did he get in all? The next thing I'm going to ask is, do we know the total amount of water, or are we trying to find the total amount of water? In this case, we're trying to find and figure out what is the total amount of bottles of water that he got. So in this case, if we're trying to find the total, it's going to be a multiplication problem. So if we have 25 cases and there's 24 bottles in each case, we need to figure out what is 25 times 24. So in order to do this, for this first problem, I said I'm going to use an area model. So I'm going to look at the first number, 25. What is 25 in expanded form? 25 in expanded form would be 20 plus 5. And since I'm doing a 2-digit by 2-digit number, I'm going to use the area model, and I'm going to make a 2 by 2 array. So for the first one, 20 plus 5, and 24 in expanded form is 20 plus 4. Okay, and now I just need to do the multiplication. So multiples of 10, 2 times 2 is 4. So, and then I have a 0 and a 0. So 20 times 20 would be 400. And then 20 times 5, well, 5 times 2 is 10. Put a 0. That would be 100. And then 20 times 4, 2 times 4 is 8. With a 0 would be 80. And then 5 times 4 is 20. So now that I have all of my multiplying done, now I need to add up all these numbers. And I'm going to add up the numbers that make the most sense. So I know 80 and 20 make 100. Well, 400 plus 100 is 500, plus another 100 that those make. So that would be a total of 600 water bottles. So then I go back and think, how many water bottles did he get in all? He got a total of 600 water bottles. All right, let's look at our second problem. It says Zinnia has 15 pots for flowers. She planted 12 flowers in each pot. How many flower seeds did she plant? So, first thing, what is the big question? Well, it's asking us how many total flower seeds did she plant? So, do I know the total, or am I trying to find the total? In this case, I'm trying to find the total again, which means it's going to be another multiplication problem, which then if I have 15 pots and she put 12 seeds in each pot, I need to figure out what 15 times 12 is for the total. Now for this one, I'm going to use the strategy we've been working on in class of a ratio table. Okay, so I can make my ratio table, and I just need, if I have one pot that she put 12 seeds in, and then I know she has 15 pots, so figuring out 15 groups of 12, what would be the total? So now I could really, maybe I double it, I go to 2, well 2 times 12 would be 24, and then maybe I double it again and I go to 4, and 24 doubled would be 48. And then I can do my 5, because if I add 4 plus 1, that makes 5. And 48 plus 12, 48 plus 10 would be 58, plus 2 more. So that would be 60 if I add it. Well, mouse isn't, there you go, 60. Okay, so now I'm at 5, but I need 10 more. So I'm going to just do 1 times 10. Okay, and then 12 times 10 would just be increasing a place value for 120. Now, if I add my 5 and my 10, I get my 15. So if I add my 60 and my 120, I get 180. So now if I go back and think, how many flower seeds did she plant? Well, she planted 180 flower seeds. I hope this helped, and I can't wait to see you again for our next lesson. Have a wonderful rest of